How does the first-time homebuyer incentive work? How you can use it? And why is the program not more popular? All that and more on this episode of the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast.
This is the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast, the show that highlights Saskatchewan real estate. Looking to buy your first house, your next investment property? Subscribe to never miss an episode. Here's your host, Ron Quaroni.
Hi everyone, Ron Quaroni here, your Saskatchewan mortgage professional. Welcome to the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast, where we touch on a variety of aspects of Saskatchewan real estate. If that is your cup of tea, whether you're a first-time home buyer or an investor, please do us a favor and show your support for Saskatchewan real estate by quickly hitting the subscribe button. All right, with that out of the way, this week we are breaking down the Government of Canada's first-time home buyer incentive. Let's get into it. What is it? To put it simply, the incentive is a second mortgage on your property. The government essentially becomes a percentage owner of your home. How much will they give? For a new construction project, the government will give you 5 or 10% of the purchase price. On an existing home, they will only give you 5% of the purchase price. An important note for borrowers hoping to take advantage of this program, you still need to come up with your own minimum 5% down payment to take advantage of the program. What are some of the qualifying details? Your total annual income cannot exceed $120,000 unless you live in Toronto, Vancouver, or Victoria. In that case, your maximum income can exceed $150,000. The total you are borrowing can't be more than 4 times of your annual income, unless, of course, the exception is if you live in Toronto, Vancouver, or Victoria, then it is 4.5 times your income. Of course, you or your partner have to be first-time home buyers. You have to be a Canadian resident, permanent resident, or an authorized person to work in Canada. Lastly, the loan-to-value of the property must be higher than 80%. Making it subject to a mortgage loan default insurance premium provided by one of Canada's 3 mortgage default insurers. The insurance premium is based on the loan-to-value ratio of the first mortgage only. How do you apply? If you do decide to use the first-time homebuyer incentive program, you simply need to get pre-approved for a mortgage, find a home you'd like to purchase, and when the document application is being sent off to the lender, you also include a few of the incentive applications to be included with that submission package. Once submitted and approved, you'll give the final signed copy of your mortgage shared equity package to your lawyer or solicitor to retain on your behalf. I've included a link in the description that has the first-time homebuyer information page, and it also has all these documents there. Feel free to check them out. So how does the incentive get repaid? You, the buyer, will have to repay the incentive based on the current value of your home at the time of repayment. For example, if you sold your home 5 years from now, you would have to repay 5% of the increased or decreased value, however much the home has gone up or gone down in that time. If you hold onto the home for a full 25 years, you will have to pay the 5% value of the home at that time. Or alternatively, you can repay the first-time homebuyer incentive at any time with no prepayment penalty. Pros and cons of using the first-time homebuyer incentive. Let's start with the positives of the program. If you are a qualified home buyer, the incentive could help to lower your monthly mortgage payment. It could also help a buyer who is just shy of their desired purchase price. In theory, a borrower could use the program to increase their maximum purchase price. And now for the cons. Considering that Canadian real estate has appreciated 80% in the last 10 years, it's not a far stretch to say that you might be paying the government back a lot more than what they originally gave you. We are talking about thousands of dollars of your equity potentially going back to the government. It also costs the borrower more during the home buying process and when the incentive is being repaid. When the property is first being purchased, you, the borrower, will have to pay extra legal fees for the registration of a second mortgage. You also have to pay for an appraisal at the time that the property is being sold. Additional costs may also be incurred by a second mortgage being registered on the property. You should talk to your insurance broker or insurance provider for more details on this. Extra fees may also be incurred throughout the life cycle of the mortgage, like switching your mortgage to a new lender or refinancing the first mortgage. That in a nutshell, is the program. If you're looking for any help or more details on the program, my application form for a mortgage is in the description below. Thanks for checking out this episode of the Saskatchewan Real Estate Podcast. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, if you'd like to show your support for Saskatchewan real estate and to help us generate more content like this, please hit the like and subscribe button. Until next week, I'm Ron Quaroni, your Saskatchewan mortgage professional. Bye for now.